Greetings, everybody. I'm Larry Williams, the director of CARMA, the Consortium for the Advancement of Research Methods and Analysis in the Rawls College of Business at Texas Tech University. And let me begin by wishing you a happy new year. And we hope that you've had a great holiday break and that you're ready to jump into the next semester and advance your cause. And we want to help you do that. So it is January the 10th. And with this quick chat, I am really looking forward to catching up with Kevin Corley. Kevin is, in fact, a prior Karma webcast presenter. That's the reason we're going to be chatting with him today to get a preview of what he's going to be talking about. He also has contributed to our short course program and has just been a central figure in the growth and success of the qualitative methods community. So we're very excited to be talking with him. And he will be giving a webcast 3 weeks from today, I believe it is, on January the 31st. It'll be one of two webcasts that we host that day. Kevin's will be earlier, that is at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And we start earlier with that one so that it can be available to our good friends in Europe and the related areas. And then we have Don Berg doing a second webcast lecture that day. And we have a panel session as well. If you don't know about Karma, let me invite you to visit our Karma website, karmattu.com, where you can learn about all that we're doing. So, Kevin, with that lengthy beginning, welcome back. I'm looking forward to catching up with you and just very excited to have you contributing to Karma. So, since we've spoken, it turns out you made a big move and you moved to the Imperial College of London. And I just was curious about, kind of how that life there in your program at your school is different than maybe your prior positions at Arizona State and the University of Illinois.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the welcome. I appreciate it. It's good to be back doing things with Karma. I always enjoy my time with the Karma community. Yeah, so about 2.5 years ago now, made the decision to leave Arizona State, where I had been for 17 years, which is still amazing to think about that I stayed in one place for 17 years, but it was too good to leave. But we got the opportunity to move to London. I had some good connections here at Imperial College. I had done some methods work here and some workshops and stuff like that over the years, so I knew people here very well. And when the opportunity came, family and I thought, the time's right for something new. Let's see what it's like to live in the UK. And turns out that life in London is pretty exciting. It's definitely different than living in Phoenix, that's for sure. Probably in every way you can imagine, but it's been really good. Imperial, the interesting thing for me about Imperial is it's so different from the schools I've worked at in the past. So I got my PhD from Penn State, big public university, went to the University of Illinois, big public university, moved on to Arizona State University, big public university. Yeah, the biggest. And Imperial is much smaller. It's much more focused. It's a STEM B school. And so other than the business school, there's a school of engineering, a school of medical science, and a school of computing science. And so it's very STEM focused, and therefore the business school has a very different feel for it in terms of a lot of the classes that we teach, a lot of the focus that we have in terms of our research, the doctoral students who are interested in coming here. And so that's been a really refreshing change for me, just, at that point in my career to come and experience something new like this. And what's been fascinating about that is that even at a highly technical school like this, the appreciation for qualitative research and the recognition that the qualitative research has is been really it's been great to experience. And as part of making it even better is I'm in London, and it turns out that London is one of the best cities in the world for qualitative
Oh,
research,
yeah.
with all the
Yeah.
different universities here, so many good qualitative scholars. And so Very, very happy to be someone who has helped launch the London Qualitative community to kind of draw all these people together and actually start to improve the qualitative research methods together. So it's been a great experience.
Well, that sounds very exciting, and I'm happy it's worked out so well for you. And it sounds like a great opportunity to make the kind of contribution for that community to be able to take advantage of what you can bring to it. So, um, but mentioning kind of your presence and your status that you've achieved with your career at this point, I'm kind of curious as to what you think are the main things that kind of helped get you here, the early
Mm.
influences that shaped your views and values and approach to research methods.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I've been really fortunate in my career to work with some really good people on not just really good qualitative scholars, but just good organizational scholars in general. So I was fortunate to work with Denny Joya at Penn State, and as he was my dissertation advisor, taught me, everything that I needed to know about qualitative research and about good, rigorous organizational research. Moved on to the University of Illinois and had an opportunity to work with Mike Pratt,
Mhm.
also someone very familiar to the Karma community. Mike, was an incredible mentor for me as an assistant professor. Learned a ton from him about doing good qualitative research, and then moved to Arizona State University and had the fortune of working with Blake Ashforth, and again, someone just incredible mentor, incredible scholar to learn from. And so, from a personal standpoint, those three people have, been instrumental in who I am as a scholar, who I am as a qualitative researcher, and then beyond them, just the opportunity to engage with a number of different qualitative communities and really, um, learn about qualitative methods, talk about qualitative methods, co-author qualitative methods, edit and review journals about qualitative methods with just some of the top people in the world. So I feel very fortunate. It's been a very positive career for me, learning about qualitative research.
Yeah, well, those are great people, and Mike is, as you know, is a longtime
Mhm.
contributor to Karma and still contributes to Karma. So in that kind of journey, you learn some important things. You've been through kind of the struggle in your growth as a qualitative researcher, and but now you kind of have the opportunity to work with a lot of people that are earlier in their journey. And
Mhm.
so I'm just wondering, are there things that you see doctoral students and junior faculty struggle with the most as they come to learn how to do good, high quality qualitative research?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think you can say this about most research methods, but it's certainly the case for qualitative methods where the more experienced you are, right? The more projects that you do, the more you begin to understand, what all these textbooks and what all these journal method sections talk about when they talk about data
Mhm.
collection or data analysis or something like that. When you really begin to experience that, and I think one of the difficult parts for scholars who don't have that experience yet, who are, maybe just working on their first or their second qualitative project is, we have a lot of really good guidance on how to set up and design a study, a lot of good guidance out there on how to start collecting data, and even good guidance on analyzing that data. What is really difficult to put down into words in like a textbook or something like that is, well, once you start analyzing that and once you start to learn about the phenomenon that you're studying, how do you translate that into theoretical insight, right? Because
Mhm.
so much of what qualitative research is about developing new insight into phenomena that maybe we thought we understood or maybe we thought we had a grasp of, but it's been incomplete, or, a new phenomenon that comes along, and we haven't had a chance yet to build much theory on it. And so a major part of what we do as qualitative researchers is try to build that theoretical insight and develop some sort of, whether it's a model, whether it's a framework, some way that we can help launch future research into this phenomenon. But that leap to go from analyzing your data to developing those theoretical insights can be really, really challenging,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of intuition. There's a lot of kind of what I call humble confidence that you need to say, yeah, this is how I've come to understand it, and this is the way that, the people that I've been interviewing and observing, the way they've been talking to me about this. And I think what all this means is this new idea or this new way of looking at this phenomenon. That's not something that's easy to write up in a textbook. It's not something that's easy to even share with a doctoral student that you're working with. You have to kind of experience that. And so a lot of what I do now in terms of working with junior scholars is help them with that experience, is coach
Mhm.
them through that, mentor them, help them with their questions, help them with their doubts. Um, I'm really fortunate right now to be working with Anne Langley and Charlotte Cloutier. We're actually writing a book
Yeah.
that we hope will help qualitative researchers kind of learn how to do this in the way that works best for that study that they're in, for the phenomenon that they're studying. So that it's become a big part of what I spend my time doing now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's invaluable to the people you're helping, but also very rewarding to be in that particular role. I mean, it just seems that you've been, from the time you came out of school to now, has been just a period of incredible growth and maturation in the qualitative methods, in terms of the techniques, but also in terms of the skills and the ways that management researchers apply them to the phenomena that they're interested in. And you spent your time as AE at AMJ, and so you've got a great perspective to comment on just kind of a big picture, how you would characterize as the changes in qualitative management research over the past 25 years or so.
Yeah, it's similar to what I said earlier. I'm really fortunate to be a qualitative researcher during this time, because as you point out, there has been a lot of change. There has been a lot of growth. I think back to my PhD days, and the sparsity of qualitative research that you saw in the journals, and even at Academy, you had to search for the qualitative papers that were being presented. And certainly as someone who was interested in doing qualitative research and making the decision to do a qualitative dissertation, there were plenty of people who said to me, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You're not going to make a
Mhm.
career out of being a qualitative researcher, or you're really going to limit the number of schools that you could get a job at because of that decision." And now here we are in 2025, and that is changed considerably. Qualitative research is now widely acknowledged as being a key part of what we do as organizational scholars. It has a very accepted place now in our journals. AMJ was one of the first, but certainly ASQ and Org Science and others have entire editors focused specifically
Yeah.
on qualitative research, and they've cultivated reviewing pools of just qualitative researchers. And it's been really exciting to see. Of course, there's been a lot of tumult during that. You change and grow that quickly, and it doesn't always go smoothly. And so I think one of the things that our field is recently struggled with, but it's coming out on the other side of with, is this whole idea about templates,
Mhm.
and whether our templates for how to do qualitative research, are they good, are they bad, do they overly limit, or do they provide bias in terms of the types of research that's being produced. And it's been wonderful to see the community express those different opinions, be able to talk through them, publish the editorials, publish the responses to the editorials, and then to see people build on that and start to develop new methods and new ways of thinking that maybe combine some of these templates or move us beyond a template way of thinking. And so it's pretty exciting when you see a fairly young community deal with an issue like that and deal with it in a generative way and come out of it stronger on the other side. That's pretty exciting to see. So I have really good hopes that what's gone on in the past 25, 30 years is provided a really solid foundation for qualitative research, and we're just going to keep seeing more and better research in the future.
Yeah, that would be my hope as well, and hope that Karma can contribute towards that. So as I mentioned, we're here chatting with Kevin today because in 3 weeks he's going to do a Karma webcast that we have tentatively titled Qualitative Research for Maximum Impact. Kevin, I'd like to close by asking you to give us a kind of a quick overview of what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and it's building on something that I mentioned before. So I'm working with Charlotte Cloutier and Anne Langley on this book, where we're writing about how to do high quality qualitative research, research that really has an impact. And one of the things that we do in that book is we provide a framework for how to think about the process that one goes through when everything from initial design of a qualitative project all the way up through publishing it. And so what I'm going to do during my Karma talk is introduce that framework and talk about it as a kind of a foundational way to think about doing qualitative research in a way that can really maximize your impact. So I'm excited to share that. It's one of the first opportunities that we'll have to kind of get that framework out there, and I'm excited to see how people react to it.
Yeah. Well, that's Friday, January 31st. It'll be our first event of the year, and we will be very much looking forward to that. So, Kevin, congratulations on your move and all your success. We appreciate your willingness to contribute again in Karma, and we'll look forward to your webcast in a couple of weeks.
It's a real pleasure. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it, and I'll see everyone real soon.